Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'm very happy to invite our strategic partner, Rexroth from the Deloitte and Praveen from the Bosch Rexroth.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, to sharing their perspective on the AI-powered smart automation for scalable transformation. So today, we would like to talk about a very interesting and a very important topic in the smart automation. It's autonomous manufacturing. So to enable the autonomous manufacturing, from my point of view, three key elements are required. First one, real-time control must from the closed system to the open, and AI infra must from the cloud to the edge. And third is manufacturing operation must from the automation to autonomous operation. So today we will share the different perspectives on this transformation. So before we talk about this topic, I would like to talk about market trend first. So in the past, everyone talk about automation, where we talk about Industrial 3.0, Industrial 4.0, but now never talk about the Industrial 4.0, 3.0. Now, if you join the major global automation event, everyone talk about AI and software-defined automation, SDA. So it means the focus is shifting from the efficiency, visibility, to the autonomous decision making. So, and the next, I would like to ask Rexroth, from your point of view, AI, how do you see AI is transforming in the manufacturing operation in the futures? Okay, sorry, I have one slide would like to share it before I ask. Sorry. So another one topic is the edge AI infrastructure. It's a very hard topic. It's a very hard topic for the autonomous manufacturing. So, and edge AI infrastructure for autonomous requires importance is a high-performance computing. It's the basic, it's the foundation. And then must have a strong software stack. Strong software to support the real-time intelligence, data orchestration, digital twin, AI agent, and the intelligent operations. So with the strong software, and it can enable these applications. So this is why Advantech continue investment and the WISE and the VIDA, and just cases mentioned. And Advantech is focused on the application layer. So we must provide edge, I call it domain, the edge AI as a platform with the software to help customer to develop their application. So this is an overview from my point of view for marketing trend. So may I hand over to the Rexroth? Can you share from your point of view, how do you see the AI transforming in the manufacturing operation?
Yeah, sure. So as you rightly said, AI revolution is on its way. And the numbers are growing. Today, it's over 800 million people using AI on a daily basis. It's 10% of the population. And because of these numbers are growing, it attracts investments. So there is more and more money invested in the startups which are building AI solutions. That's why these AI startups are growing faster than SAS startups a few years back. And this investment also drives the whole token cost to go significantly down. So over the last 2 years, the cost of a token went down 280-fold, which means it's a humongous change. But at the same time, the companies are paying more and more for their AI processing power, which means that they are completely not ready for the proper at-scale deployment of AI solutions yet, which means that they need to rethink their strategies, how to find the proper mix between cloud, on-prem, and edge, which is the big topic today. And the good thing is that when we see across different industries, and especially manufacturing, we did this research quite recently, where the AI is implemented today. And we see AI is present in different clients, in different areas. But when you look at AI, agentic AI, it's used only by 11% of companies, while over 50% are experimenting, which means that they are preparing themselves for the future. At the same time, when we read the reports, Gartner just predicts that this very year, 2026, it's going to be over 40% of AI projects will fail. And they will fail not because technology doesn't work. We see it does, because we've seen it before in the sessions, that technology works. The problem is companies are trying to deploy AI on their processes, their organizational models, which were built and designed for the times where there was no AI. So without proper deployment of AI, with the proper transformation of their organizations, processes, governance models, they will fail. And that's exactly the role of the partnerships such as Advantech, who is a tech partner, and Deloitte, who is a business strategy implementation entity, where we can together help companies change the landscape and deploy the technology, right technology in the right format to change their business models. This is the only way for companies actually to pass this stage of proper deployment of AI.
Okay, thanks, the middle swap. So I'm very surprised from the Deloitte report. Sorry, maybe I can back to the previous slide. From the Deloitte report, you can see 11% AI agent. I'm very surprised. But from my point, maybe just only 2 or 3%, but from the report, we can see it's already 11%. So I believe this is AI agent will be growth very first in the coming years. So next, I would like to ask Praveen, how do you, I believe for Bosch Rexroth have a very powerful control software, but from your point of view in AI areas, what are the opportunities and the challenges in the coming years?
Yep. Thank you, ChingPo. Firstly, it's a great honor and pleasure to be here, so thank you first for having us here. Actually, I used AI, I put the agenda of today's conference and asked, give me the buzzwords that are going to come out today. And so this, is the vision. So let's say, I think we all agree, the whole session this morning, this afternoon has been about AI and how AI is going to really transform the industry. And the picture you get out of it is what you see here. So it's like a very, very clean, modern environment. Data is flowing seamlessly from IT to OT layer. Everything's interconnected, and it looks really modern and, yeah, a perfect world, right? So I'd like to talk a little bit about the reality. So if you give a reality check, the constraints we see, and we heard about that also in the session before about how there is a huge disconnect between IT and OT. So operational technology is probably lagging 20, 30 years behind, or maybe even longer. And that's where you have a huge gap, and this means that most of the AI projects, so how do you go from pilot to production? So there's a term, it's called the valley of death. So that means that most or many pilots never scale. And the reasons are because you have monolithic architectures, you have legacy platforms, vendor-specific protocols, there is no access to data, and you simply cannot scale because scaling it is so complex and so expensive, so it's not possible to scale. And not to mention cybersecurity. We have not heard cybersecurity today. So I want to be the bad guy bringing in this term here. So we have to think about cybersecurity as well. And these are key challenges we see. And afterwards we will be talking about how we see the path forward in bridging this.
Okay, since Praveen is sharing, so Praveen addressed the several challenges. But from my personal point of view, we can see the challenge. We can also see the business opportunity, right? So, so from my point of view, we need a new architecture to address this challenge, and then capture the new business opportunities. So in the traditional automation, everyone talk about from the sensing device, I/O control, SCADA system. This is the traditional SCADA automation architecture. It's still important. But for the AI areas. We merged new edge AI stack, include from the infrastructure, industrial application system, and data orchestration, and AI agent development platform to develop the different kind of AI agent applications. So we need hardware architecture, but we also need to think about this new AI stack architecture for AI applications. So I would like to give you an example. This example is our Advantech control system platform with the digital twin. So in the past, everyone talk about the digital twin will be said using on the demonstration, virtualization, just a beautiful demo for a customer. But this solution, we combine the real-time control Cortex and the NVIDIA Omniverse on a single platform. And the customer can real-time control digital twin and AI. So, and allow the AI to allow the AI continue scene to real to scene the loop. So we have a live demo at the Computex. Please come and see it in live. So next, I would like to ask Pravin. So maybe everyone know, Bosch Rexroth have a very powerful control X software for the edge computing, edge controller. So can you share from your point of view, how do you see the software-defined automation, and how do you see Control X, this platform software can address the market?
Yeah, and I'd like to talk about how or what is the disrupting influence or our thinking behind the platform Control X that we built. Now, if you see on this video, and it's a YouTube video, it's not from Bosch, but it just shows how this transformation has taken place at your desk, right? So coming from the office where you had a physical device, like a contact form or whatever, everything's moving and getting into an app. So this is something that, and this timeline stops at 2014, and this already happened then, you know. So, and that's the big divide between IT and OT that I was talking about before. Obviously, some things you cannot digitize, like your sunglasses and your smartphone. But after that, a lot of changes happened. And so that was like, you know, the philosophy behind where we said, that was around 2017, that we said, let's start with something radically new. So how do we, if we were to imagine software architecture for the future, for OT, bridging IT and OT together, how would we do it? And this is the result, was we built the OS, the operating system, for the smartphone of the future, smartphone of automation, sorry. And this is a radically new approach of basically doing IT, OT automation in a way, as you all know from your own smartphone. So when you want to, when you need a communication app on your smartphone, you go to the App Store, you download the app, and then you can communicate. If you want to use, I don't know, a streaming device, then you just download another app. And this is really the thinking behind Control X OS. So it's obviously real-time capable. That's where we are coming from as Bosch. That's our legacy. But it's based on an app-based architecture. So everything is built around apps. And the IT thinking is behind the platform. So we have a web-based engineering. We have an API-first approach. And there's an SDK which supports all major modern programming languages. And not to mention, very important point here is that it's CRA, Cyber Resilience Act ready, and we are certified to IEC 62443 SL2. We were talking also a little bit about the technology partnerships that we have on silicon. So this operating system is ready to deploy and able to run on Intel AMD x86 architectures. So you can just deploy it and it runs off the shelf. And just 2 weeks ago, we launched our first Control X OS deployment on NXP. So now it's also on the IMX9 family. Yeah, Then after that, what do you do with that? So you partner with the world's leading hardware manufacturer with a very, very broad portfolio. And this is the vision that brought us together, Advantech and ControlXOS. So what do you get by combining the most open ecosystem that we have with a very broad modular and scalable hardware portfolio? So that's really the vision behind it, to create together a ready-to-sell solution that you can just extend with software without having to do complex things with hardware. So there's a bold statement maybe up there. So future ready starts here, and this is really the point. So as you all know from Advantech, you have a very edge platform with many devices. We are already enabled on 3 and more to come. And I'd like to explain a little bit about how the ControlXOS architecture is built. So basically, at the bottom, you have what we call the device layer. And what we've done is we've abstracted the operating system and the software from the hardware layer. So it is totally hardware agnostic, but still real-time capable. And the beauty of this is that we have a native ControlX data layer. So basically, all the devices or end devices which are connected to the operating system, the data from these devices, whether be it a sensor, a valve, a PLC, is available in real time on this data layer. And this is what enables us to basically, what do we say, software defines the functionality. And so this is really software. I'll just give you some examples of what we mean by that. Now, imagine there's a hardware layer, you have the operating system on top, so exactly like in a smartphone, now you want to build, let's say, an IoT gateway. So you would download and just apply. I've just taken a selection of 3 or 4 apps here. So depending on your use case, what you want to achieve, you would download the apps off the shelf, and then you have an IoT gateway. We also have, again, with the same app architecture, apps which would support communication protocols, standard ones in the industry, MQTT, Profinet, Ethercat, and so on. Again, it's a software app. So you can add that, and with that, you can immediately connect securely to all the endpoints and devices that are there. Once you have the data, and we talked about it all the time, so you want to also transport it somewhere. But how do you do that? You need to do it in a secure way. So then you add 2 security apps, like VPN and a firewall, and then suddenly you have a secure gateway. And this is basically how you can scale your functionality by just adding software components to it. Another example, also, we are coming from a time where PLCs were hard-coded. So a PLC was a piece of hardware with the software, everything fused together. And that was the functionality of this hardware. Now, in this concept, the PLC application is just another app. So suddenly, you're starting with an IoT gateway, you made a secure edge gateway out of it, and now you want to add some control functionality to it. You download the app, and then you can combine everything on one device. So this is the thinking of software-defined automation. And now I hand over to.
Okay, thanks, Praveen. So, thanks, Praveen's training. Many people ask me, what is software-defined? I always tell them it's from the hardware central to the software central. So software central need by the IPC, right? Need by edge computer. So this is very interesting and it's huge market for us. So next, I would like to jump to the hard topic, AI agent for autonomous manufacturing. So I believe everyone agree Nemo Cloud is become one of the public AI agent development framework. But the big question is, but how to build up domain AI agent? The key elements are required: thinking, connect, and the skill. So thinking leverage the LLM AI model, and the connect, linking AI agent with the our edge computing, I/O equipment, or OT, the device, and IT, the system. This is our IoT core components. And the skill must include the edge AI and the domain knowledge, such as the vision, inspection, PHN, machine control like this, to build up different kinds of the AI agent. So today I would like to take a production optimization as an example. So this is a AI production optimization engine for a semicon wafer test. So you can see the AI agents, it had a normal eardrop. And the AI agent analyzes data and identify the root cause. The root cause is the prop car temperature is rising. And then AI agent automatically take action to the auto parameter adjustment, dynamic scheduling, maintain notification, and continue the learning, and line recover to the normal. So this is a very simple example, but it's very powerful. And I believe that in the future, AI agent will be like the digital employee in the factory to driving the autonomous manufacturing. So next, I would like to ask the Miroslav from the Deloitte point of view, how do you see AI agent is transforming for the autonomous manufacturing?
Actually, we start seeing these solutions on our clients, which when we work with them worldwide, more and more clients are actually hoping to achieve and gain more value by adopting AI, agentic AI on the shop floor. And there are huge hopes that smart manufacturing will help them reduce the overall cost of operations, improve quality, and increase the top line of the businesses. And this is something what we also observe across the industry, and we write about it in the report that we publish annually about the trends and the challenges manufacturing clients are facing worldwide. And to be frank with you, AI is in this report all over the place, because today CEOs and boards perceive AI as a game changer, not only on the shop floor, but they also believe that AI can help them overcome the challenges, the supply chain issues, which we see today and observe today as we speak. The CEOs hope that AI will help them address the proper service transformation for their customers, their clients, to better understand their needs. They hope the AI will help them the investments that they are planning in the future. And they also see the fact that today all the manufacturing clients need to compete with hyperscalers, with other client sectors, with the banks for the talent, because today manufacturing is not anymore about blue-collar workers. It's about skill set, which will help manufacturing companies actually harvest the value of AI and bring AI to action to actually help them increase the top line and reduce the challenges across the operating models. And what we also see is that there is still a huge chance and opportunity for all of us as we sit here, because where we are in terms of the value that companies are harvesting from AI versus where the hope is huge. As we can see here, the only area where the AI is bringing value comparable with the expectations is around the efficiency improvement. All the other areas, we're talking about improving the cost savings, improving the top line. It's the gap between where AI is today versus where the CEOs expect it to be, it's humongous. And this opportunity for us is huge. That's why we have built at Deloitte the framework, which helps actually harvest this value. And this framework is divided into 3 layers. The business domain, how to help clients work with their business operations, how to optimize their supply chains, how to improve their CRM systems. And the core of it, the heart of it, is what Praveen was mentioning, this IT-OT convergence. The shop floor operations, how to actually design, implement, and operate the whole shop floor MES systems, SCADA, PLC as a software, right? That's the big challenge, how to properly deploy robots on the line to improve the value from the operations. And the third layer is about how to actually help the clients bring the modern technology, such as digital twins, AI, to their daily operations, with the whole component of cyber supporting this and building the resistance of this model, plus all the legal aspects for the tax benefits for this change, because this investment can be offshored from the tax perspective. So this model is something what we successfully deliver and deploy worldwide. But the key feature of it is, first of all, client centricity, because it's all about the end customer. And the second success factor of this framework is that we managed to build partnerships. We managed to build alliances, such as the one we have here with Advantech, where we can jointly go to clients as the set of entities, companies, helping them address their pain point, their business problem. And as we have discussed before this panel, to share some cases, right? So I was struggling to pick the one, so I picked two. And the one is about emphasizing what Praveen was telling before, the importance of data. Today, the companies are struggling with the issue of building something sophisticated for the future because they don't know what's their data landscape as of today. And for one of the companies that we worked, is a large food manufacturing company, at some point they realized they want to go to the 21st century with the all data, AI, sophisticated models. They were dreaming about the digital twin, but we had to start their journey from the point where they were. We had to analyze their shop floor operations, their processes, their technologies, just to be able to build this process control tower where they were able to grasp the real picture, how their operations across their plants look like. And from this point, they were only able to start the journey onwards to design the proper AI-driven predictions for the demand, for the planning, for the digital twin, for the plants, etc. So this is something where I wanted to share the importance of making the first step, clearing and cleansing the whole data perspective of the company. And the second case I wanted to clearly share is something what emphasizes the need of collaboration. That's the client that together with Advantech we developed from the idea that they need to improve, that they need to transform their operations to the point where we're actually signing the final documents concluding the project, where we actually deployed together the whole transformation from the high-level vision of the company with the integration with their ERP systems, robots on the line. We brought and delivered all the IT infrastructure, OT landscape. We transformed their OT operations. And we were the heart who designed it. And partners like Advantech, you deployed the hardware and all the components which we together were able to deploy. And today, the client is, when you compare them, where they were 2 years ago versus where they are today, there are two different companies. The only common thing is the brand.
Okay, thanks, Miroslav, for sharing. So, just Miroslav mentioned, I would like to point out a very important thing is the ecosystem. So, I believe you will be joining Advantech new SI ecosystem partner program, right? Just like Casey mentioned earlier, we have a new SI partner program, so I believe you will be joining, right?
Yeah, we are. You can count on us.
Okay. So next, I would like to talk about AI at the edge. So AI at the edge is a big change. Just I mentioned earlier, cloud to the edge. Everyone talk about the edge AI, but I would like to say, if you would like to make it happen for a different kind of domain, you need domain edge AI system. Just the Midas mentioned, we provide robotics. But in this time, I would like to take the vision as an example. So our vision expansion system, just for ICANN, we integrate optical and vision sensing and NVIDIA JSON GPU CPU and our vision software stack. And this is we call the domain edged AI system. This is the vision expansion AI system. So we will continue to provide a different kind domain edge AI system and with the software. So I would like to take an example for this project, and this is the real case from our search partner overview of AI. Traditional vision expansion must spend a lot of the human resource to the training and segmentation. But this is the solution. Customer just is the auto segmentation and one-click training and the real-time inference. So it can help reduce a lot of the human resources and improve their inspection accuracies. So, and the next I would like to ask Praveen. So can you share some of the real case for the edge AI applications?
Sure. So actually from our perspective, whether it's an edge case, edge AI, or it's on the embedded or in the server, it doesn't really matter. So it's really a question of the architecture. So if the architecture is scalable, so then you can deploy, as we say, almost anything. I just brought some examples here, and again, we are also working very strongly in this open ecosystem approach. And currently, we have more than 100, actually 120 partners right now. So also for vision, we have, I think, around about 10 partners. And all these examples that you see here, from printing machines, quality inspection, even to warehouse automation, detecting people, dangerous situations, accidents, but also into building automation. And this just shows the scope and the scalability of the architecture. So basically on the same, you could even take the same hardware, and the baseline is the operating system, and upon that, you can build many of these applications. Simply, again, I have to emphasize, by downloading software apps. So imagine you want to connect and you want to build a vision application for quality inspection. Now, in the real world, there will be different cameras, there will be different sensors. So, and then again, you go there, you download an app, which then connects to, has all the hardware drivers, so you can connect to the cameras. And then you have another app which does the annotation of the data, and the third app where the model is running. So this is how we kind of understand and have interpreted software-defined automation. And so basically, the combination possibilities are infinite. And the ecosystem is growing very strongly. And yeah, we are part of your ecosystem, you are part of our ecosystem. That's how we grow, yeah? And lastly, again, Mirek talked about data, and I want to, again, highlight this. Talking about the pilot to production gap. So how do you really close it? And I totally agree with you, data. So it's about data access, it's about data security, and it's also about data scalability. So if you have to, build something complex, then you can do your POC, but you want to move from one location to the other, from one line to the other, and that's where complexity comes in. There's added layer of middleware, added layer of software code that you need to just write in order to just access the data, and this makes the TCO, I mean, nobody can finance that, and therefore, architecture is the key, and this architecture should enable you to access data in a very simple way, without adding further cost to it. So you can just download the app, and it doesn't matter if it's a third-party device. So any of the devices that you see here, it could be an HMI device, it could be a third-party PLC, it could be anything else. But with the data layer and with the software applications that you download, you have access to the data immediately across your assembly line or whatever you're trying to connect. And then you can build your AI applications on top. And again, as an app. And and the model is really, or the architecture is really also AI vendor agnostic. So AI models are transforming, changing every 3 months, every 6 months. So who knows which model is going to be the coolest one next year. But again, if you can deploy it on the edge, then you can do it simply by updating it on your app infrastructure. So that's my key message for today.
Yeah, thanks to Praveen. So I believe AI will be optimized at every stage of the manufacturing and enable the closed-loop optimization for the autonomous manufacturing. AI is coming to the smart automation, and we will commit to investment in this area. And I believe Advantech will commit to work with the partner to capture this huge opportunity. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.